Have you ever felt like you were placed in the midst of a storm, tasked with navigating through chaos that seemed bigger than you? What if I told you that your struggle was never a random act, but rather the most intentional push toward your transformation? Today, we're going to explore why the challenges you face are not meant to break you, but to build you into something extraordinary. Have you ever found yourself standing in the middle of a storm, feeling like everything around you is in chaos, and wondering why you're the one chosen to face it? We've all encountered moments where it feels like life is testing us, pushing us to our limits, and sometimes it even feels like we're sinking into a world of disorder. But what if I told you that this chaos, this storm, wasn't meant to destroy you? What if it was actually the place where your strength would be revealed, your purpose would come to light, and your greatness would be shaped? You see, chaos has a unique way of unveiling something deeper within us, something that remains hidden in the calm and the comfort. When everything is peaceful, we often don't have to push ourselves. We don't have to challenge ourselves. But when the storm hits, that's when we truly discover who we are. In the midst of the turmoil, the distractions, the confusion, and the pressure, there's a hidden strength that begins to emerge, a power that you never even knew you had. It's like a muscle that only grows when it's stretched and tested. The chaos isn't your enemy. It's the very thing that's molding you into who you're meant to become. And here's something crucial. Chaos is not just random, it's purposeful. Every situation, every person that brings disruption, every challenge you face, is a part of a greater design. There's a plan being unfolded in your life that you can't see yet, but you're being prepared for something far beyond your imagination. The chaos is the bridge to that greatness. It's uncomfortable, it's unsettling, but it's also the perfect environment for you to grow, for you to rise above, and for you to learn what you're truly made of. In the middle of that storm, you may feel like everything is out of control, but let me remind you that nothing is ever out of control. Not really. What appears to be a mess on the surface is often the perfect setup for a breakthrough. It's like a seed buried deep in the soil. It seems dark, it seems still, and it feels like nothing is happening. But underground, there's a process of transformation taking place, a process that will one day lead to the growth of something magnificent. As you stand in the chaos, understand that you are being transformed. What you see as an obstacle is really a stepping stone. What you think is holding you back is actually pushing you forward. The discomfort you feel is giving birth to resilience. The confusion is cultivating clarity. Every moment of struggle is refining you, strengthening your character, and preparing you for what lies ahead. The key here is not to fight the chaos, but to trust it. Trust that it's doing something inside of you that nothing else could. Trust that it's the very thing that's positioning you for your next level of greatness. The storm isn't your punishment, it's your preparation. So the next time you find yourself in the midst of chaos, instead of running from it, ask yourself, what is it here to teach me? What strength am I about to discover within me? And what is this chaos setting me up for that I cannot yet see? And with that, you're ready to embrace the next step of your journey, because what comes next is about to take you to places you never dreamed possible. Are you ready to rise above the next challenge? Let's discover what's waiting for you. Have you ever felt like you're walking through a storm with no end in sight? Like every day is another battle. The wind, the rain, the pressure, everything seems to be working against you, and yet you feel as though you have no choice but to keep moving forward. You see, when we find ourselves navigating through a storm, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. The noise of the chaos can make us believe that we're simply surviving, just trying to hold on. But what if I told you that this very storm, this season of uncertainty, holds a deeper purpose that you can't yet see? You see, life's storms are not there to destroy you. They are there to reveal something about you that can only be discovered through adversity. When everything is calm, we rarely find the courage to push beyond our limits, to test our potential. But when the storm hits, when the winds howl and the pressure builds, something shifts within us. We are forced to dig deeper, to find a strength we never knew we had. And in those moments, we realize that there is something more powerful inside of us than we ever imagined. The storm forces us to look beyond the surface and to recognize that every challenge is a lesson. It's not just about weathering the storm, it's about understanding what the storm is teaching us. There is wisdom in every difficulty, and growth in every hardship. The key is not to resist the storm, but to embrace it, to allow it to shape you, to mold you into a version of yourself that you couldn't have become without it. Without the storm, there would be no reason for us to stretch our wings and soar to new heights. You might be thinking, why me? Why this? Why now? But let me remind you that life doesn't hand out these storms without purpose. You are being prepared for something far greater than what you can see right now. The storm is refining you, it's sharpening your skills, and it's building a resilience that will carry you through future challenges. You are being stretched beyond what you thought were your limits, and that's where your true potential lies. The thing about storms is that they are temporary. No storm lasts forever. The rain will eventually stop, the winds will calm, and the clouds will part. But when you come out on the other side, you will be different. You will be stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next phase of your journey. The key is to keep moving forward, even when it feels like the storm is never going to end. Keep pushing, keep learning, keep growing, and before you know it, you will have weathered the worst of it. And let me tell you, once you've made it through one storm, you will look back and realize that it was the very thing that propelled you into your next level. But you need to ask yourself, what do you do once the storm passes? What will you become when the clouds clear? Because the next chapter of your story is about to unfold, and it's going to require you to use everything you've learned to face what's coming next. Are you ready for that challenge? Because what comes next will demand more from you than ever before. And if you thought this storm was hard, wait until you see what's coming. But trust me, you're going to be ready. Have you ever felt like you were called to do something great, but you just didn't know where to begin? Like there was a higher purpose for your life, but the path to it seemed unclear, or even worse, impossible. We all have moments when we feel like we're standing at the edge of something extraordinary, but we're unsure of how to step into it. But here's something crucial that we often forget. The call to greatness is not a straight line. It's a journey, filled with twists, turns, challenges, and sometimes complete chaos. And in the middle of that chaos, something incredible happens. It's where you find the courage to step forward, to take risks, and to build a future that you can't yet see. We've all heard the saying, success doesn't come without sacrifice. But let's dig deeper. What does that really mean? It means that every moment of confusion, every challenge, every battle you're facing right now, is not something that's happening to you. It's something that's happening for you. These difficult times are shaping you into the person who is ready to step into greatness. You are being prepared for something far greater than you can imagine. And while the road may seem unclear, every twist and turn is leading you closer to your purpose. In the middle of your struggle, you may feel like giving up. You may feel like the challenges are too much to bear, like the burden is too heavy. But that's exactly when you're being refined. That's when you're being strengthened. Greatness isn't built during the easy moment. It's built when you have to fight, when you have to push through the discomfort and uncertainty. It's built when you're willing to stand tall in the face of adversity, even when you don't know what tomorrow will bring. This chaos, this uncertainty, is not a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that you're on the verge of something extraordinary. Every great achievement in history, every breakthrough, every success story was forged in the fire of challenge and adversity. It was never a smooth ride. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who give up is not that they never faced struggle, it's that they embraced the struggle. They didn't let it break them, they let it transform them. But how do you keep moving forward when everything around you feels like it's falling apart? How do you find the strength to press on when it feels like every step forward is met with a setback? The answer lies in your mindset. You have to believe that your chaos is not your enemy, but your preparation. You have to trust that what you're going through right now is molding you into the person you need to become in order to fulfill your destiny. And above all, you have to have the faith to keep moving, even when you can't see the way forward. Now I know it's hard. I know it feels like the world is conspiring against you. But I promise you this, you're not alone in this journey. You are being prepared for what lies ahead. And the skills, the strength, and the wisdom you gain from this time will carry you through every challenge that's yet to come. But here's the thing, if you think this challenge is the hardest part, just wait until you discover what comes next. You'll be amazed at what's waiting for you on the other side. And in the next chapter of your journey, the stakes are even higher. But don't worry, you are ready. Are you prepared to face the new obstacles ahead? Because it's going to require everything you've learned so far to rise to the next level. It's almost as if everything comes to a head. the pressure, the tension, the uncertainty, and you're forced to decide whether to give up or rise up. This is the moment when your true calling is being tested. This is the defining point where you will either break under the weight of it all, or you will embrace the challenge and let it fuel you to greatness. But what if I told you that these very moments of crisis are not the end of the road, but the beginning of something powerful, something transformative? The chaos you're experiencing right now is not here to break you. It's not here to stop you. It's here to position you for something far greater than you can see. Life doesn't just hand out chaos for the sake of it. Chaos is a tool. It's a catalyst that pushes you beyond your limits, beyond your comfort zone, and into a place where your greatness can no longer be ignored. You see, when everything is perfect, when everything is going smoothly, we don't grow, we don't change, we don't stretch. It's only when we are tested, when we face a storm that seems impossible to weather, that we discover who we truly are. This is the time when the real work begins. The chaos doesn't define you, it refines you. It shapes you into someone who can stand tall in the face of any challenge that life throws your way. And it's in those moments, when everything seems to be unraveling, that you realize you've been equipped with everything you need to overcome. The tools, the strength, the wisdom, it was all being prepared inside of you for just this moment. And this moment is the test. Will you rise to the challenge? Will you push through, or will you let the chaos consume you? Now I know it feels like the odds are stacked against you, like every step you take leads to more obstacles. But that's exactly the point. This is not an accident. This chaos is meant to show you that you have what it takes. You've been training for this moment your entire life. Every difficulty you've faced, every disappointment, every failure, it was all part of the preparation for what you're about to do. You are not here by chance. You are here by design. The chaos is not random, and neither is your destiny. The challenge is not to fight the storm but to embrace, to see it for what it is, an opportunity to rise higher, to grow stronger, to become more than you ever thought possible. It's in the midst of this chaos that your true power will be revealed. And let me tell you, what lies on the other side of this storm is worth every moment of struggle, every ounce of energy you're putting into moving forward. You are being shaped into someone who will not only survive the storm, but will thrive because of it. But the real question is, what do you do once you've conquered this challenge? What do you do when you're standing on the other side of this chaos stronger and wiser than before? Because as you've seen, the chaos doesn't stop. There's always another challenge waiting, and what comes next is going to push you even further than this. But I promise you, you will be ready. Are you prepared to face it? Because what lies ahead will require everything you've learned, and more. You're in the middle of one challenge, and before you even have a chance to catch your breath, another one hits. It's as if the universe is testing you, seeing how much you can handle. And in those moments, it's easy to feel like you're losing control, like nothing is going according to plan. But what if I told you that this very chaos, this whirlwind of problems, is not something that's happening to you, it's happening for you? The truth is, every single challenge you face is part of a bigger plan, a design that you may not fully understand right now. But in the middle of the confusion and the pain, there's a lesson being taught, there's wisdom being passed down, and there's a strength within you that's being developed in ways that would never be possible if everything were perfect. You see, it's not the easy times that define us, it's the difficult ones. The hard times are the ones that shape your character, your resilience, and your understanding of who you really are. When everything is going smoothly, we don't have to stretch ourselves, we don't have to grow, we don't have to rise above anything. But when the storm hits, that's when the magic happens. That's when you are pushed to your absolute limits. That's when you learn just how deep your strength runs, just how far you can go, and just how much you can endure. The challenges you face today are not accidents. They are designed to push you, to mold you, and to prepare you for something greater that's coming. Think about it. Every great achievement in history was made possible through challenges, through chaos, through struggle. The people who achieved greatness didn't sit back and wait for everything to fall into place. They didn't stand still while life happened around them. No, they embraced the chaos. They leaned into the struggle, because they understood that this is where the transformation happens. This is where the foundation for greatness is built. And right now, in your life, you are standing on the edge of that very transformation. But here's the thing. This process isn't easy. It's not meant to be. It's supposed to be hard, because it's in the hard moments that you develop the qualities you need to succeed. The courage, the resilience, the determination, the wisdom, they don't come from the calm, they come from the storm. And while you might feel like everything is out of control right now, understand that nothing in your life is out of control. It may feel like you're being pulled in 1,000 directions, but in reality, you are exactly where you need to be. You are in the process of being refined, and everything that's happening to you is helping to mold you into the person you were always meant to be. The key is to stay the course. Don't let the chaos overwhelm you. Don't let the uncertainty dictate your action. Instead, trust that this is the very thing that is positioning you for your future. The challenges you face today are the building blocks of your success tomorrow. And as hard as it may seem now, once you make it through, you will look back and realize that it was the chaos that set you up for the next chapter of your journey. So are you ready for what comes next? Because once you break through this chaos, once you find the strength to rise above it, you'll be prepared for a whole new set of challenges. And let me tell you, the next phase is going to require everything you've learned. Are you ready to step into that? Because what's coming next will be your greatest test yet. Have you ever found yourself in the midst of a struggle, feeling like everything around you is falling apart? It's like you're fighting battles on every front, and no matter how hard you try, it feels like the world is working against you. But here's the truth. This struggle, this battle is not your end. In fact, it's the beginning of your transformation. It's in these very moments of adversity that the seeds of your greatest strengths are planted. You see, we don't grow when things are easy. We don't grow when everything is smooth sailing. True growth happens when you're pushed beyond your limits, when you're tested, and when you're forced to dig deeper than you ever thought you could. It's in the struggle that we discover what we're really made of. Think about it. Every successful person, every person who has ever achieved greatness, has had to face their own struggles. They've all encountered moments when they thought they couldn't go any further, moments when they thought they were at the end of their rope. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is how they respond to the struggle. The ones who succeed don't run from the struggle. They embrace it. They know that the struggle is not the enemy. It's the forge in which their strength is created. The truth is, you can't avoid struggle. It's part of life, but you can choose how you respond to it. You can choose to let the struggle define you, or you can choose to let it refine you. When you let the struggle refine you, you begin to see the bigger picture. You realize that every setback, every failure, every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. These challenges are not here to break you. They are here to shape you, to make you into the person who is capable of achieving the greatness you were always meant to accomplish. But here's the thing. Struggle doesn't just build your physical strength. It builds your emotional strength, your mental resilience, and your spiritual fortitude. It forces you to become resourceful, to think differently, to look at life through a new lens. And in the process, you learn how to overcome anything that stands in your way. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable become stepping stones, because you've developed the strength to rise above them. As you face the struggles ahead, remember this. They are preparing you for something far greater. The battle you're fighting today is equipping you for the battles that are coming tomorrow. And every time you rise above the struggle, you become more of the person you were meant to be. You become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Your confidence grows, your faith in yourself deepens, and your ability to handle life's challenges increases. The question is, are you ready to embrace the struggle, or will you allow it to break you? The choice is yours. But remember, this struggle is not the end. It's just the beginning of something powerful. And when you finally overcome it, you will look back and realize that this was the moment that transformed you into someone who could handle whatever comes next. Because let me tell you, the challenges are far from over. What comes next is going to push you even further, test you even more, but it will also reveal parts of you that you haven't even discovered yet. Are you ready for that next challenge? Because it's coming, and it's going to take everything you've got to rise above.
Have you ever felt like you've reached your breaking point? Like you've given everything you have, and yet it's still not enough? You've put in the time, you've made the sacrifices, you've fought through every obstacle that life has thrown your way, and yet it still feels like you're stuck in the same place. It's as if the world is telling you to give up, to walk away, to accept defeat. But what if I told you that this moment, this very feeling of being on the edge, is actually one of the most critical moments in your life? You see, in these moments of seeming failure, in these times when you feel like you've lost everything, is when your true potential is being unlocked. It's when the pressure is the highest,
that the greatest transformation happens. Think about it. The diamond is not formed in calm, still waters. No, it's created under intense pressure in the deepest depths of the earth. And just like that diamond, you too are being shaped in these moments of pressure, stress, and struggle. The challenge here is to see beyond the surface, to realize that these tough moments are not here to destroy you, they're here to refine you. The adversity you're facing right now is not the end of the road. It's the beginning of a new chapter, a new level of strength, and a new phase of your journey. But you have to make a choice. You can choose to let the struggle break you, or you can choose to let it make you stronger. But here's the real key. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up. Life doesn't care if you stumble. It doesn't care if you face setbacks. What life is watching for is your determination to keep going, to keep pressing forward, no matter how many times you fall. The true test of strength is not found in how easily you succeed. It's found in how you respond to failure. Are you going to stay down, or are you going to rise up again and again until you reach the place you were meant to be? You are in the process of becoming. The person you are today is not the person you will be tomorrow, because the challenges you are facing are molding you into someone far greater than you can imagine. They are teaching you to persevere, to be resilient, and to keep your eyes on the prize, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. The struggle is not here to defeat you, it's here to push you to your next level of greatness. And while you might not see the fruits of your labor just yet, trust that every sacrifice you make, every ounce of energy you put into moving forward, is moving you closer to the vision you have for your life. The success, the breakthrough, the victory, it's all waiting for you on the other side of this struggle. But the question is, are you ready to face what's next? Because once you get through this, the challenges are only going to get bigger. The road ahead will demand even more from you than you think you have in you. And that next phase, it's going to test you in ways you can't yet imagine. But you will be ready. You have already proven you can endure. You've already shown you can overcome. So what's next? And are you truly prepared for the next chapter that awaits? Have you ever noticed how when you're facing the toughest battles, it often feels like the world is just watching to see how you'll react? It's like you're in the middle of a storm and everyone else is just standing by waiting to see if you'll sink or swim. But here's the thing you need to understand. The battles you face are not just tests of strength, they're tests of vision. They're tests of what you can see beyond the immediate pain, beyond the chaos, and beyond the distractions that are surrounding you right now. We often focus so much on the struggle itself that we miss the bigger picture. The challenges, the heartaches, the setbacks, they are just moments in time. They will pass. But the vision you hold for your life, that's what will carry you through. That's what will allow you to rise above the noise, above the drama, and above the chaos. Because if you can hold on to your vision, if you can keep your eyes on what's ahead, you will find the strength to keep going, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. It's easy to let the circumstances around you define who you are. It's easy to allow the chaos, the setbacks, and the struggles to shape your identity. But that's not who you are. You are not your struggle. You are not your circumstances. You are the vision you hold for your future. And if you can keep that vision clear, even when the storm is at its worst, you will find a way to move forward. This is where your mindset becomes everything. When the world is falling apart around you, when it feels like nothing is going right, you have to make a decision. Will you let the chaos consume you, or will you rise above it, holding tight to the vision of who you are becoming? Because every battle you face is an opportunity to sharpen your focus, to refine your vision, and to clarify what truly matters. But the real question is, what are you willing to do to protect your vision? What price are you willing to pay to keep moving forward, even when the odds seem stacked against you? You see, vision isn't something that comes easy. It's something you have to fight for. It's something you have to defend, even when everyone around you tells you to quit. You have to be willing to make the sacrifices, to push past the doubt, and to keep your eyes fixed on the prize. And as you do, you will begin to see the pieces of your vision come together in ways you never thought possible. Now, this doesn't mean that the journey is going to be easy. In fact, the road ahead is going to test you in ways you've never imagined. But it's also going to reveal parts of you that you didn't even know existed. It's going to show you just how strong, just how resilient, and just how capable you really are. And when you finally reach the other side of this struggle, you'll look back and realize that it was all worth it. Because in the end, the vision you held onto, the vision that kept you going, will become your reality. But here's the twist. Once you get through this, once your vision begins to take shape, you'll be faced with an entirely new set of challenges. Are you ready to tackle those? Are you ready to face the next phase of your journey with even more clarity and strength than before? The journey isn't over yet, and what's coming next is going to require everything you've learned so far and more. Are you prepared to rise to the occasion? Because what comes next is going to test your vision in ways you never expected. We all go through life with dreams, goals, and ambitions. But the real question is, how badly do you want them? Because reaching your full potential is not something that happens by accident. It doesn't just fall into your lap. It requires an understanding that the road ahead is going to demand everything from you: your time, your energy, your focus, and most importantly, your willingness to fight for what you believe in. When you're faced with challenges, it's easy to lose sight of your purpose. It's easy to forget why you started, to get distracted by the pain and the uncertainty that comes with every obstacle. But here's the truth. Every challenge is not an obstacle, it's an opportunity. Every struggle, every setback, every moment when it feels like you're at your lowest, is actually a stepping stone towards your greatest achievement. The key is, you cannot afford to quit. It's in the moments of difficulty that you will find the strength, the courage, and the resilience to push through. The trials you face today are the very things that will shape you into the person who can handle tomorrow's success. You see, greatness isn't built in comfort, it's built in adversity. It's built when you're pushed to the edge, when you feel like giving up, but instead you choose to keep going, to keep striving, to keep believing in what's possible. When life pushes you to your limits, that's when you have to decide whether you'll break or whether you'll rise. It's a decision you make every single day. Will you let the difficulties define you, or will you rise above them and become the person you were always meant to be? Because every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. Every struggle you face is a chance for you to refine your character, to sharpen your skills, and to move closer to the version of yourself that you're meant to become. But here's the catch. You won't know the true extent of your potential until you push through these challenges. You won't know how strong you are, how resilient you can be, until you've faced something that threatens to break you. And that's when you realize, this journey wasn't just about achieving a goal, it was about transforming into the person who could achieve it. It was about becoming someone who was worthy of that success, someone who could handle the weight of the blessings that were about to come. You are being shaped in ways that you can't even fully comprehend right now. The hard times are not setbacks. They are your preparation. They are refining your character, strengthening your resolve, and preparing you for the greatness that awaits. But here's the real question. Are you willing to embrace the process, no matter how tough it gets? Are you willing to keep moving forward even when the odds seem impossible? Because let me tell you, the road ahead is only going to get more demanding. The challenges will grow, and the pressure will increase. But here's the beautiful truth. You are being prepared for something that will blow your mind. You're being shaped for a future that you cannot even yet imagine. But it's going to take everything you've got to get there. Are you ready to rise to the occasion? Are you ready for what comes next? Because the journey is far from over, and what's coming next will challenge everything you thought you knew about your own potential. Are you ready to step into it? Because what lies ahead will require every ounce of strength, every bit of focus, and every drop of your determination. You've come this far, but the best is yet to come. Are you ready? Have you ever reached the point where you feel like you've tried everything, given everything you have, and yet the breakthrough still seems just out of reach? You've worked, you've sacrificed, you've fought through the challenges, and yet it still feels like you're on the edge, just one step away from what you truly desire. And in these moments, it's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to feel like maybe it's just not meant to be, like maybe you're not capable of reaching that next level of success, of fulfillment, of greatness. But what if I told you that the breakthrough you've been waiting for is closer than you think? What if I told you that the moment you're in right now, the struggle, the challenge, the feeling of being stuck, This is the very place where your breakthrough is about to happen. You see, the moment before a breakthrough is often the hardest, the most difficult, and the most frustrating. It's when you're on the verge of giving up that the most significant transformations are taking place. The pressure you're feeling, the tension in your life, is not something to run from. It's something to lean into. It's the final test, the last hurdle before you cross into a new level of success. But here's the truth. You have to be willing to endure. You have to be willing to press on, even when you can't see the way forward. Because success is not just about achieving a goal, it's about becoming the person who is capable of achieving that goal. And the person you are becoming is not just shaped by the moments when everything is going right. No, it's shaped by the moments when everything seems wrong, when you feel like quitting, when you feel like you're out of options. Those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that prepare you for what's to come. You have to understand that there is power in perseverance. There is strength in staying the course when it feels like the world is telling you to stop. When you keep pushing forward, even when the odds are against you, something incredible begins to happen. You develop a resilience, a strength, and a character that nothing can break. And it's this very resilience that will carry you through to the other side of the challenge, to the breakthrough you've been waiting for. So as you stand on the edge of your breakthrough, ask yourself this: are you willing to keep going, even when it feels like it's too much? Are you willing to trust the process, even when you can't see the outcome? Because here's what I know for sure: your breakthrough is coming. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. The only question is, will you be ready to seize it when it arrives? Because the truth is, once you break through, once you step into that new level of your life, there's no going back. You will have learned, grown, and evolved into someone capable of achieving things you never thought possible. The future that awaits you is filled with limitless potential, but you have to be willing to take that final step, to push through the final barrier. And when you do, you'll look back at this moment and realize that it wasn't the struggle that was holding you back. It was the belief that you couldn't go any further. But now you know the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. And once you break those, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Stay strong, stay focused, and get ready to step into the life you were meant to live. Because the best is yet to come.